Welcome back, Withrow Tigers. We are so excited that you are coming back to school. We have truly missed you. Wanted to share this video with you so that you have a clear understanding of what our protocols and procedures will be when you arrive to school starting tomorrow. Let's take a look. Students, your day is going to start by catching the Metro bus in the morning, or if you're arriving to school on our yellow bus service, make sure when you get on the bus that everyone has a mask. Make sure your mask is worn at all times. Right? Make sure you are socially distancing when you're sitting in your respective buses that you're arriving to school. Students, when you arrive here on Tuesday morning, Metro bus drivers are going to drop you off right here on Madison Avenue. Each bus that lines up will let one bus off, all students off one bus at a time. Please be patient as each bus will keep you on the bus until one bus has released all of its students. Once you've gotten off the bus, and to honor social distancing so that students are not bunched up, you will then proceed down the bridge towards the school. So come follow me. Students, once you arrive and have crossed the bridge, our English second language learners who will be here starting on Tuesday, you will enter in through the front of our building. Please make sure that you are adhering to all social distancing. We have social distancing markers, as you can see here in this example. Each student will wait as they enter into the building for their temperature checks.
Withrow.
Please notice that each student has their mask on and they are ready to enter the building. They are patiently waiting, and as they enter the building, their temperature will be taken and they'll proceed to the next step.
Hello, 7th and 8th grade. This is the way that you will enter our building. You will walk down these steps and around the building to the 7th and 8th grade entrance. As you guys are walking down around to the 7th and 8th grade entrance, you want to make sure that you walk down this walkway safely and around so you can enter into the 7th and 8th grade hall.
7th and 8th graders, once you arrive at our 7th grade entrance, you'll have two options. You come to our 7th grade entrance. If this is too crowded, you will have another entrance that you can enter right down the way. As you can see, we have students that are waiting to enter to get their temperature taken.
Good morning, Withrow. My name is Mr. Stone and I'm your 9th and 10th grade administrator. Withrow Tigers, when you enter the building, you're going to get off the bus at Madison Avenue, come across the bridge, you're going to come up to the front of the building, and you're going to enter socially distancing through these doors here. Once you get in the doors and you go through, make sure you sanitize your hands. They'll check your temperature and they'll wand you to make sure for no metal or objects at this point. Welcome to Withrow.
Greetings, students. As you can see, I'm in the front of the building. Upon arrival, you will get off the bus, cross the bridge, and instead of going through the front doors, if you're an 11th and 12th grader, you will veer to your left and enter at this door, which is the gray stairway. If you happen to be late, that means you're coming in after 8 o'clock. No matter what your grade level is, you will enter through the front doors. Someone will be there to take your temperature, write you a tardy note, check your things, and get you to class. If you come extremely late, then you will report to the attendance office, which is the office on the left-hand side. Once you pass the foyer, you will get your temperature checked there, get a note written to class.
As students enter the building, as you can see, we have staff that will be here to take your temperature to ensure that everyone in the building is safe. If you enter the building and have a temperature of 100.4 degrees or higher, you will be asked to retake your temperature for us to ensure that you do not have a high fever. If it is discovered that you have a high fever, we will have our school nurse and other staff personnel to assess your temperature and to assess your condition to determine our next steps. Any student that has a high fever or a high temperature coming into the building, we will be escorting you to what we call our isolation room until your parents can be contacted and further testing can be done. Once students have gotten their temperature taken, they will then proceed to our metal detector, where our security personnel will check your book bag for items as normal. Once each student has been checked and cleared, the next student will move up in line and they will proceed to being checked and scanned for any unauthorized material. Once you have cleared our metal detectors, we will have breakfast kiosks positioned in key areas in the building. You will grab your breakfast and proceed to your first bell classroom where you will eat your breakfast in your first bell classroom. You will not be going to the cafeteria as you have been accustomed to doing. You will eat your breakfast in your classroom, your first bell classroom.
As you can see, our hallways have been divided on one side to the next with arrows indicating that you should stay 6 feet apart. Locker use will not be available this year.
Students, when you arrive, also remember that we have up and down stairwells this year to maintain healthy social distancing. As you can see, this is an up stairwell. Make sure that you are only going up in this particular stairwell. Do not enter this side. You're going to enter in through this side of the doorway. As you can see, we also have down stairwells. Please make sure you follow the signs as you are transferring from one floor to the next. When using the restroom, please, we are asking that one student go into the restroom at a given time. Please allow the student to exit the restroom as the other student is waiting outside for that student to be released. Please make sure you wash your hands at all times, both going into the restroom as well as coming out. When you do return to your classroom, there is hand sanitizer in your classrooms. Make sure that you are hand sanitizing at all times if you've left a classroom and also have returned. Students, remember that because of COVID-19 safety procedures, you will no longer be using our water fountains as normal. We now have water filling stations attached to each of our water fountains to avoid any inappropriate touching of the water fountains. Each student will be provided with a water bottle that you can use at each water filling station and have water at your disposal throughout the entire day.
Students, lunch this year will not be held in the cafeteria as you've been used to. Instead, you'll eat lunch in the classroom. Kiosks will be located on each floor during A lunch, B lunch, and C lunch. You will go out to the kiosk and retrieve your lunch and bring the lunch back into your classroom where you will eat at your desk with dividers to keep airflow from going back and forth. Once completed with your lunch, you will clean up your divider, put them back, and you will move on with your day as normal.
There will be a staggered dismissal. 7th and 8th graders will leave first. After that, 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. They will be able to find their buses lined up in the driveway out here.